What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this RWBY reaction. As always, I'm Connor. With us, we've got Mike,
What's up?
Travis,
Yo.
and Zach.
Hello.
This time, talking about RWBY Volume 8, Episode 8, Dark, the 100th episode of RWBY. First impressions, Mike.
Wasn't like it didn't wow me. Like it was all right. That's my reaction.
Travis.
I liked it.
Zach.
What the fuck?
I'm very much with Mike on this one for myself. I enjoyed the episode. I liked it. A lot of issues with it. We'll get into
Oh,
that.
I have a ton of issues with it.
I did too. I also liked it.
We start off the episode by waking up in the jail cells. Booming is happening. Things going on outside. And what's the first thing Robin does? Makes light of the situation, because that's who she is, the comedy chameleon herself.
Rest in peace.
Sure.
People dying outside. Let's start it with a joke. I could just never like Robin. Every single time she says a line, it's like, what is wrong with you? But very quickly, the situation changes when something bursts through the wall, and what do we see? A raven.
Dude,
That was weird.
so that's what I brought that up. My question is, why the fuck are you there?
Why is Raven there?
Yeah, like is she
Yeah.
there because she's worried about Yang? Is she doing it because maybe Oz sent out some distress signal? Or, why would she know to be there in this exact moment?
Yeah, I was about to throw a counter argument and say the last time we saw her, like maybe she had a change of heart from that last interaction, but then you're like, why is she here at this very moment? And I'm like, I got nothing for you, man. Like, no idea how she'd even know to be here.
Turns out she's been following them the whole time. Oh.
Maybe.
I never left you, Yang.
GG.
She's out, obviously, at this point, going to get a redemption arc. I just don't want her to get a redemption.
Like at all, or just
Yeah,
like,
no, I hate Raven. It's like Adam didn't get anything close to a redemption. I don't want Raven to. Raven's a worse person than Adam.
Adam didn't deserve it.
Neither does Raven.
GG.
I'm not
Hey,
disagreeing with
Who
that.
really deserves redemption? Everyone or no one?
You know who deserved redemption? Razor.
Racer.
GG.
So we move ahead in the episode. We cut to Klein, who's trying to treat Penny, who slimed everyone around her in her green juices.
I love that scene.
My question is her blood green? Is oil green all of a sudden? Why the fuck is her liquid green?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I just, accepted it at face value.
I didn't.
I just
like
loved it
blood.
because Whitley was like, what the fuck? My clothes. It's so great.
Yeah, Willie has a lot of shiny golden moments in this episode.
Oh, I loved Whitley.
But while they're figuring out what to do, what's going on, how they should respond, Yam calls them. Did no one else see that?
Yam.
Yeah, because it's made backwards.
Like, yeah, I did. Okay. At first I was like, oh, okay, maybe.
I just was reading that. I was like, fucking Yam. What a fucking meme.
Hey, I gotta applaud them though for at least backwards orientation.
Yeah.
Alright, put some effort into this episode.
So May calls them, and it's essentially a whole conversation of, hey, shit's going on, the power just went out, are you okay? And RWBY says, I guess, we gotta do something. And then they continue to drink their tea from the previous episode.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say a word.
you'll see that. See my reaction to that in the react.
My reaction actually goes against RWBY in this, where I'm like, your whole thing about this is you want to save as many people as possible, but now that she's out there trying to fight these things that are attacking everybody, you're like, nah, dude, my friend, she hurt. Fuck y'all. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Probably the best weapon they have against the Grim, and she's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill inside this house.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
I will say though, this was probably a good moment because it finally kind of wraps up that whole image of like, all right, they don't know what they're doing. Like this was inevitable. This was going to happen. I think like plenty of us called it a long time ago. They're gonna get to a point where they just like, I don't know what to do. They've already messed up multiple times, and now they're actually realizing it.
And who's going to be the shining armor standing above them? The man in shining armor? That's right. Ironwood. Am I right, Zach? All right.
GG.
He was not in the episode. Can we refrain from bringing him up?
So, essentially, they're talking about how they're overwhelmed. Klein tries to help. Take your problems one step at a time. That way they don't seem as big, blah, blah, blah. That's good advice. Klein was also very good in this episode.
My favorite part was when he started sneezing, and I made a joke about that in the react. I was like, he starts sneezing. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Klein's allergic to bullshit.
After they have that little conversation, who enters the story again? Mama Schnee.
Dude, she alcoholic. She need to go to AA.
Even I'm not pathetic enough to drink in the dark. That's why I came here to a room with light so I can drink.
With alcohol in my hand.
Yeah. Pretty much they have a whole conversation of, let's go turn the power back on. Oh, what's that? The SDC has auxiliary power backups, which is unfair. Don't know why that's unfair. That seems kind of standard for a person who runs the electric company, but okay.
But then Whitley comes through and is like, hey, guess what? We control it all, and we can get it all back up if we just do this. And it was really fucking cool.
We can get the people to safety. I have a plan. My name's Whitley, and somehow I'm a better leader than RWBY right now.
Yeah. He's like, we have resources, and we can use them to save people. It was really awesome.
This is Whitley's redemption arc.
Whitley deserves this. He deserves his redemption.
But he's never done anything bad, really. It's just. It's just like, hey, this is him showing who he really is.
He loved his daddy. That's what he did bad.
Well,
it was
doesn't
bad
everybody. I mean, don't most people love their parents? You just you deal with them, and then you realize later on, yeah, he is an asshole, or they are assholes. Dealing with, and I'm not them, kind of thing.
Yeah. But it's a good thing that unlike Weiss and Winter, Whitley was able to overcome it, and he went to seek out to help Weiss himself, not the other way around, like it should have been. Anyway, so we cut to Blake and RWBY going to turn on the power.
Somebody's
RWBY.
Gonna yell at this.
I have always looked up to you.
I hate, it's a sweet, so okay, they share a sweet moment. It's very sweet, and none of it matters because there's no specific examples given. RWBY, I've looked up to you. You've done good things. Friendship.
Dude, the whole time she's like, listen, you're young. You made bad decisions. But you know what? Because you're young, I've always looked up to you. I'm going to forget everything else. I'm going to follow you no matter what. Like, okay, Blake. Why is all of your lines this volume useless?
Look at all the people who have helped Blake. Yang early on, Sun in the fucking second volumes 4 to 5, and she has never done anything as kind as that to them. Her and RWBY, I think, have shared less screen time than any people on the team. They turned the power back on, which you know what that means? All the candles light up.
GG.
What?
Those are electric candles.
What?
Yep.
Dude, that's what I was like, so is it fire? Is it electricity? What the fuck are those candles?
Yeah, I gotta assume it's electric candles. I can't
it's cool though.
At this point, we don't even assume what their power. I mean, you can't really assume in this world that they use electricity at all for power.
It'd be dust, if anything, dust powered. Yeah. But it's a fucking candle. Either it's a fire or it's not. Like the flame doesn't just turn on because I don't know, man.
I love to see the feat of engineering that prompted them to be like, we're gonna have this fire dust that makes blue flames go all throughout our manor, but we're also still gonna put the wax down just to make it look aesthetic. Anyway, all of a sudden, the Hound attacks them, and we get to see an incredible feat of action and brilliance performed by RWBY. I'm just joking. She gets hopped on, and her aura breaks, and she slides out.
Yeah, I was immediately thinking, wow, Connor, you really fucked up the aura system with RWBY, because apparently one hit from this guy and your aura flickers. I mean...
GG.
Like the next time Ruby's gonna see Zwei, her dog, it's just gonna hop on her and aura's gonna break.
I know. I was like, what the fuck?
GG.
And it knocks her out immediately afterwards. Hey, you know who didn't get knocked out immediately when their aura broke? Ironwood.
That will.
He's
That
got
will-
Iron Will, baby.
Yeah, but remember,
Summoning
his
what?
semblance couldn't be on because his aura was out. That wasn't it. I realized that. That was all his sheer fucking manly willpower.
He's got a second semblance.
Unless his semblance isn't based on aura.
Oh wait, no, it's magic. That
Rule
makes
of
sense
thumb.
now.
This was a Monty rule of thumb. If the aura's out, semblance don't work.
That means it's magic.
Now it does say this only applies to most scenarios. It's possible ones that are like passive, if that is like his and Crow's, that could be a possibility. But still, the meme exists. So while they're having this whole battle, quote unquote, Weiss informs Klein of the Grim. She goes to try and help. Mommy Schnee runs away for booze because she's panicking, and Penny stands up as a hacked little doll.
Sure does. She
I
forced you.
fucking loved the inner conflict of fighting it.
I
that
fucking
she had.
hated this scene.
I loved it. I love seeing the goodness rip from her. I am so glad to see Penny on a way different arc. I want to see her destroy them all.
Well, that's
So did
great
you
and all. I just hated the fact that it was like she's like, I can't control it. Then all of a sudden, like the girl Nora grabs her hand and she has like, I don't know, a full like minute of just sitting there like, okay, it's gonna be all right. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's not okay. It's not okay. like
It's
okay,
a
I
good
got
point.
control. Never mind, I don't.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I want to see Ruby have to cut Penny down.
Gee.
That's what I want to see. My thing was, though,
I want to see that too.
why? Who was it? Was it Ruby? That's well. This might be going too far. Who saved her ultimately?
Yeah, you're definitely too far, but it would be
Too far.
Ruby who saves her in the end.
Okay, I'll get to that part then.
Okay. So yeah, that whole thing happens. It is kind of a weird moment. Nora tries to power friendship the hack away, but it just doesn't work, even though they say it works. It is weird. But
My
anyway,
friendship skill check in Yu-Gi-Oh, you're gonna have to input into Ruby now.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, the Hound, turns out he's been going after the green ooze, thinking that's Penny, because he's smart, but he's not too smart. So what happens? He's picking up Ruby, who's covered in the green juices, and then he sees a light shining from where Penny is, where she's woken up. And so it drops Ruby to go to, not the window, the front door.
Yes.
Don't know why.
I was like,
Um,
what? If you can see her, you can see the aura. Did you sense the aura? What happened here? Why did you not go through the window, which is a streamlined straight path? You go to the front door.
I
What
didn't even
the-
think about
This
that.
would be rude. Go through the door. I
It
don't
made
like
no
doors. Window.
You're already flying. What more? What more do you want? Like, what are you doing?
The real inner conflict that I like was when the mom reaches for the booze and she's
So-
like shaking, like, I gotta, and then doesn't take the booze.
So
It was-
I like it and I hate it. Because why would that be the moment that triggers her to maybe not drink?
Because she knows she has to save her kids.
Does she? There wasn't like, so she didn't hear the transmission of, oh my god, the Grim, it's going to attack Weiss or anything like that. Like the Grim's inside the house. It wasn't like she did that and then turned away. It was she stopped it and then the transmission came in.
I think the writers were trying to portray it that way. From what Travis was saying, like I think
The
that's what
writers
they're
have
trying
tried
to
a lot of
do.
shit this volume.
I think
They
did
should
a
stop
good
trying shit.
It's like, I want to agree with you, Trev. I really want to. But I was like, I hated it because it was like nothing prompted this. You ran out of the room to go get booze. And then you found the booze and you were like, wait a second.
Kids.
I mean, we don't even know if she's kicked it completely. I mean, she's probably going to go straight back to drinking again, I'm sure. But in this moment, I feel like she shined.
And she does do good here.
You know what else shined for a second?
What?
Weiss's aura when it broke after one fucking hit.
Oh yeah, flicker, not break. Okay. So the Hound, it's going after Weiss. It's attacking her, and then Mommy she echoes through her radio. Apparently, don't know how she got the wavelength. Don't question it. But anyway, she does that, and she's like, "Oh my god, above you!" And then The Grim attacks Weiss and runs away after Weiss throws 4 crystals at her. All right, cool fight. But Mommy's trying to now guide people through by watching the cameras. All right, good job, Mommy Schnee. And the Hound's moving towards Whitley. Ooh, and it has a Jurassic Park moment where Whitley's the kid and there's a raptor in the building.
Why was it going after Whitley?
Because of the green.
Yeah, the green.
But it never saw the green on him.
So
You can smell it. It was sniffing.
Okay.
I think I could smell it on him.
That's great. It's smelling.
Oh, that
but
could be.
that takes us right back to why didn't it just go through the fucking window where it saw the light?
Towards where all the blood is, where all that smell would be.
I was like, what are your sensory needs? Are you sensing aura? Because if so, it's one or the other. Like either you were sensing aura, which means the smell didn't matter. You could just, it's right there, or it makes no sense that you sense aura because you can, you can't sense the aura. You can only smell it.
The other thing I could,
yeah.
really, literally, the only thing I could think of is maybe it can't see. Like, what if it's blind? But then why did it? Like, maybe it sensed the aura, like Mike's saying, and then. But why wouldn't it go straight for where the aura is?
And why would it constantly be looking in people's directions? If it was supposed to be a blind Grim, they just did it poorly. It's a very suspenseful moment either way. Whitley's, hiding behind the desk, the Grim's getting closer. But then, more stuff to make me hate Mama Schnee, she sends a glyph Borbatusk at it.
Hell yeah, dude! That was badass!
Yeah, she can fight, she can handle herself. Why is she with fucking loser?
Look, all right, so obviously there's some stuff we don't know about her, a lot of stuff. But she must be, I'm assuming she's either traumatized in some way, or she just is naturally like a coward. And I guess the writers are kind of trying.
Maybe.
But
she
once again, not
doesn't have iron will.
You watch. The rest of this season's going to be panning back to when they first met and things that were before. It's not going to show what happens with this Grim. It's going to say next episode's going to be what happens with Mommy Schnee and why she became the way she became.
I want that, and I want to see their past. I want to see Daddy
Bitch, better
Schnee
give me
and
my
Mommy
dust.
Schnee. I need to see what happened.
You want to see the romance where it went from my lady to bitch please smack.
Something happened.
Do not make me take off my glove, Mama Schnee.
I got to say, the Borber test was not my favorite part of this scene, though. My favorite part was the fact that Whitley was running because he was scared to death. Then he turned around and he knew he had to push that button, and he fucking did it.
I got a job to do it. I'm going to do it. But bam!
He sure did.
Computer says, thank you. Just
GG.
and they get the fuck out of there. It's like, oh no.
And then the whole Schnee family has a meetup minus Winter and Daddy. But it's really, it's sweet, it's cute. Hound keeps attacking them. All right, so we cut to Blake fighting the gross caterpillar mantis thing.
Is it bad that I expected Winter to show up?
I actually thought that Winter put the
and I thought
up.
there was going to be like a Schnee. Yeah, see, I thought that too. I thought it was going to be like a Schnee reunion of like, stop fighting me, let's save our family.
It would have been a great thing to do, but it's just clearly not what they were going for.
And Winter has other things she's doing right now. She's leading the ASOP, so.
So we're seeing Blake fight the gross caterpillar mantis thing. It's an interesting Grim. Gross.
It's weird. It's gross.
Yeah.
It looks like snot.
She makes the point of saying it. It's just getting uglier. It's like
it's. And the whole point of that line, I'm pretty sure, is it's a callback to when Yang says something about the centipede Grim from the previous season.
Is it wrong that whenever it picked her up and pulled up to its mouth, I was like, eat her? And then I was like, I'm just kidding.
So the whole time while they're having this fight, it would have been a cool fight if it wasn't for the fact that Blake apparently just sucks as a fighter now. Because
Please,
the whole time,
Ruby, hear me, Ruby. I need your help.
And then the Grim's going in for that suspenseful, licking her neck, smelling her hair. That whole creepy vibe. It's getting ready to cut her head off. And then Ruby wakes up with the one shot.
I heard you, Blake. I heard you. Keep speaking. Don't ever get silenced.
I'm like, during this part, I'm like, so were you waiting for like a suspenseful moment?
Exactly.
GG.
Like, I had a lot of criticism during this episode. Connor's gonna think it's hilarious.
I would enjoy it. I did a lot of criticizing too. Like when they did the whole really sweet moment that Ruby and Blake shared earlier. The whole time I was just ranting, and I missed the entire moment. But back to the topic at hand. So that happens. They kill that Grim. They start running in to help the team. And we cut to Penny, who's losing her battle to the hack. It is now her walking out. She's walking towards the front door, past the Schnees, who are confused, not knowing what's going on. And she has like her directives that she reads off, saying that her goal is to open the vault and then self-terminate.
So that's got to be Ironwood, right?
So
I don't know.
Go ahead, Zach.
I have to argue against this. I'll let Connor finish kind of doing the setup, and then I have a rant.
Same.
I have a rant.
Sure.
So
Go ahead.
So the thing that I'm curious about here is the Hound right after immediately attacks Penny, knocking her out, and its goal is to get Penny. So those two right there, they have conflicting orders. So I'm confused.
So in mine is exactly, well, not exactly the same, but it's basically the same. Where, all right, so there's basically two different orders. Like, yeah, because Salem ordered the Hound to go collect Penny. Now, guy whose name always evades me.
Watts.
His name was just in my head. Watts programmed her to do it. Now, clearly he wasn't doing it for the sake of Ironwood, because Ironwood was also surprised that this had happened. So whose side is Watts on, or is this just once again bad writing when they just forgot that, oh yeah, this is, part of the same team. However, the other part of mine comes later, which I'll say nothing about because we'll get there.
I would love for Watts to not actually be loyal to Salem. I would fucking love that change.
Yeah. That's what I'm interested about, is like, okay, so whatever happens later, I'm like, does this just mean something else is happening? Is there now like a third party branching out here, or what's happening?
Is Ironwood, just that amazing that Watts is like, okay, you know what? You pulled me back to your side.
Yeah, after savagely beating me and punching me in the face and shit.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to respect it,
GG.
So anyway, the Hound has knocked out Penny. It's picking her up. It's going to leave. People are taking their stances to fight it out, right ahead of it. And then what does Ruby do?
Enough.
She silver eyes it right out the window.
All right, so this is the part where I have a problem with.
All right.
Immediately, I was like, and why can't you go out there to where Monstro is and fucking silverize that? Why are we like? What are we doing? Why are we? If you can do it here and you have control of it, what the fuck?
It also didn't turn this Grim to stone, which I also find interesting.
Nope.
So I guess whatever.
But we find out why.
Yep. So the Hound, it climbs back up, but we see what it truly is. We see a face under the hood, a faunus with silver eyes.
Okay.
Silver eye.
I must have missed the silver eyes thing.
Silver eye.
I was like, the whole time, it somewhat looked like Adam. And I was like, is that Adam?
I thought the same thing too. It's not Adam.
Dude, when I first saw it, I'm like, why would she go and pick up Adam's body? Like, why does Adam's body matter in this situation? I think my color blindness didn't let me see the silver eyes properly, because I did not notice that at all. That
even then, the faunus trait was entirely different. Adam has horns. This guy had, ears.
Ears.
Gotcha.
I know I did bring up Adam when I saw that too. It's like, he looks a lot like Adam. I would have enjoyed it if they brought Adam here, just for the fuck of it.
The part that's stupid is the fact that it was a giant suit of armor that ended up taking it out.
Yeah, Mommy Schnee and Whitley just pushed that down on top of it.
Yep.
It was very anticlimactic.
Time for my rant. Oh, I'll let you go.
Real quick. I do find it weird that after they kill the Grim 2, when it fades away, all it leaves are human bones? Or faunus bones? Why? It's just weird. Why would that still be there?
Either bad writing or we're going to find out.
Maybe. All right, Zach.
So, Mike, you're going to be upset, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go on.
Why the fuck did they not just end Penny's life right there? In the nicest way, they saw Penny get hacked. They saw that her directive was literally to do the one thing that Ozpin doesn't want them to do, is get the fucking relics. Likewise, Penny has been proven that she's going to blow herself up anyway.
But they didn't see it.
Hold on. Well, that's not true. Weiss heard her. Nonetheless, Weiss could have told this directive to Ruby, who was the last person that probably was on Penny's mind, female-wise. Nora. Why the fuck would they not just kill Penny? Why would they let her live and she's been proven to be hacked? And put the maiden powers into someone they can trust who can't be hacked. At least, I mean, I guess maybe with magic you can be hacked. I don't know how that works with them. But nonetheless, Penny is so unstable. End her. End her now.
So, just to clarify here, you're saying to save the most people, they should they should, trim the bets, trim the hedges, hedge their bets, whatever the fuck that saying is.
Absolutely, I know exactly what you're saying, and I know what you're getting at, and you can just downright fuck off. But the point is, literally, they had a chance to just turn this, probably resolve a lot of conflict that's about to happen in a couple episodes, if not the next episode, regarding Penny.
But it's
fucking Ender.
I hate to disagree with what you said a second ago, Zach, but I just rewatched that part, and Weiss wasn't in the room when that happened.
When she was saying her directive?
Yeah, she wasn't.
There's still people who could have heard it. They could have transmitted that information.
Well, yeah, afterwards. Yeah, but not during the situation.
Yeah.
Still, in that situation, that's still their friend. They're going to get in front of the Grimm and her, and then maybe afterwards they terminate her. But at that point,
Aquos would end that bitch.
I can't imagine that they're going to try and kill her because their whole thing is trying to save everybody, and as a result, they're going to get people killed. I think that's typical. That's like on par for what they've done historically.
Yeah, it's just the whole time. That's all I was thinking. Like, you could literally put an end to all of this. Just fucking kill her.
They didn't try to save that faunus inside the Grimm. I'm telling you,
that's true. They didn't try very hard. They didn't save everybody. They're saving who they want.
No, I was gonna say in their defense, like technically, they didn't try, but they also didn't kill it. That was all Whitley.
The hero of our story, Whitley Schnee.
Yes.
True.
But I think it is an important lesson that they're going to have to learn of you cannot save everybody.
That was my rant. It was a perfect opportunity to get rid of the stupid bitch and just kill her.
What did you say?
You heard me. I hate Penny. She has proven to be one of the biggest crutches this volume.
How dare you?
GG.
Them's fighting words.
GG. So are you saying her humanity? Or the humanity what we're defining as her humanity?
The part that she can be hacked.
Or her machine side is what you're saying.
The machine side? I would argue the machine side is her worst side.
I think I've already come to terms with the fact that Penny's going to die again this volume. So I really don't have anything to add other than you're not wrong in the fact that that's probably what they should do. But that's not what they're going to do.
They're going to take my side.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm pro Ironwood, but I'm very much pro RWBY getting her heart just broken in half and destroyed in front of her. I want to see the team crumble. I want to see Ironwood die. I want to see just utter chaos. I don't want to see any happy moments anymore in this goddamn volume. At this point, destroy everything.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. You might not want to admit it, but you're coming to my side.
I'm not. I legit, I'm not pro Ironwood, but at this point, I am no longer pro RWBY. I can't be. She's too dumb. I am a gray Jedi.
Good. Give in to your hatred.
Wait. So there is a third option here. You could be pro Salem.
Yeah, but I've always been pro Salem. She's badass as fuck. I want to see her get. In a way, I guess I am pro Salem because I want to see everybody just get destroyed. How's that going to happen? Well, from Salem. So in a way, that is kind of the stance I'm taking.
There you go.
So before we finish up the episode here, I do want to call out one thing. In the past, a couple of us gave Best Boy to the Hound.
Yeah.
Now it fucking works!
We did it.
That's funny.
There's one final scene, which is Cinder in the prison taking Watts with the others gone.
But my thing is she taking him to Salem or for her own stuff?
Yeah, maybe it's to a German sex dungeon.
At the same time, I'm over here like, why did she know to go get him?
Well, it'd be pretty easy to assume that he's in the goddamn jail.
Yeah, but did she break into the jail or did Raven break into the jail?
That's another question.
Mm-hmm.
She
did
wasn't
they work
with
together?
Raven.
Together. I mean,
So
Sure, we'll find out.
yeah, I doubt they're working together because otherwise I feel like we'd have seen Raven and her together there. But maybe.
and then
Yeah,
she just manhandles him.
Yeah. You know, I gotta say, I think Watts, this is his best day so far. Just being manhandled by her. All right, Mike, rating.
It was all right, man. I guess I'll give it a 6. It wasn't like that interesting to me. It was an all right start.
Travis.
I'm gonna give it a 7-9.
7.9.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was.
All
I think a lot of stuff happened during that episode that I enjoyed.
It's
I
gonna
like
be
character
rounded up to
development.
an 8. Zach.
Might be my lowest so far. I'm gonna go with a 6.
And I'm also going to go with the 6.
Ah, y'all lowballed me.
That's all right.
Best boy, Mike.
Let's go with Whitley, followed by the best girl, which is Mama Schnee.
Wow.
Reasoning. All right, so like I said, I feel like the same with Papa Schnee. I feel like they have a backstory. There's a reason why they are the way they are now. It almost seems like the kids, like they either like they weren't involved in this and something happened before they were born, or something happened and they just never talk about it. My best boy.
All right. Travis.
Mine's the same.
All right, Whitley and Mama Schnee.
Yeah, Whitley really. I mean, Whitley all around. I mean, best character of the whole volume. Whitley at this point. I mean, just those actions he's done is going to save more lives than Ruby has during this whole volume so far.
Yeah. Zach.
Best boy is definitely gonna have to be Whitley for me. Best girl, Ruby. She listened to Blake. She heard her. She was on the ground and saved her friend when it needed most.
Fucking
But
with
in
me,
all
right?
reality, at this point, you know what? Raven for saving Crow.
Oh my god.
GG.
Potentially Raven. For all we know, the writers just fucked up and had a random bird
It's
there.
just a random, yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious.
It's a fucking
I'll put
grim
Raven
bird.
in quotes.
Get baited.
All right, well, best boy for me. We're all in agreement. Whitley. Whitley was absolutely the shining star of this episode. As for best girl, I still been trying to determine it the whole time y'all have been going. I'm gonna give it to Nora.
Wow.
For that 5 seconds.
For that 5 seconds, because she was the only girl in the episode who I haven't hated in the previous episodes, but who also did something that I didn't hate in this episode. Like Mama Schnee, she did a lot of things I hated this episode. Weiss did a lot of things I hated this episode. Blake and RWBY, a lot of things I hated this episode. So it's essentially between Cinder, Raven, and Nora. And I hate Cinder and Raven, so Nora.
Willow, that's her
Wow.
name. I had to look for it.
Yeah, Mama Schnee, that's what we said.
GG. I had to associate a name with that face now that she's finally starting to get into the picture here a little bit more.
So hey, let us know your ratings and your best boys and best girls in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time with episode 9.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to see what the rest of our channel has to offer, be sure to subscribe. Looking for any ways to support us? Well, we currently aren't monetizable through YouTube. We do have a Patreon and even a merch store, so be sure to check those out. All of the links to these things are right in the description down below. And last but not least, we'll see you next time.